coming to you on the cusp of live from the pop-up studios of... Tried to get too clever there.
Yeah.
Coming to you somewhat live from the Beer to Whiskey Studios on the taproom floor of the Greenville Beer Exchange, or GBX as we sometimes call it, on South Lawrence Street, all 1.5 blocks of it, in glorious downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big John and Five, where my good buddy here, Big John Richards, our resident certified Cicerone, picks a beer from one of their 22 taps or hundreds of cans and bottles out of the retail store that you can probably see behind us here. And we sniff, we sip, we kibitz. John tells us a little bit about the brewery. Sometimes we learn a little about about brewing itself, and we get to drink some beer. The best part. So, John, without further nonsense from me,
Certainly one of the great parts.
one of the yes,
I'm excited.
for us at least.
I'm excited to get into this beer, so I'm going to go ahead and pop it and start pouring it because
He's way off the reservation here. Way off.
it's weird, isn't it? Start with yours.
As it should be.
I'm pouring a hazy IPA, which some of you may know.
And when I say off the reservation,
Another off the reservation. Oh my goodness, the nose is so big on that. Just to smell it from over here after I pour it. Oh, this beer is so wonderful. They actually put this on at, I also work at the bar at a Harris Teeter here in town.
which is a grocery store.
Yeah. It's all a long, tedious series of events, but this beer made it on draft at Harris Teeter. I was like,
Really?
well, I'll give it a shot. Normally, I would not, give a hazy IPA, a whole lot of thought. And I frankly didn't. I was like, it's equilibrium. It's going to be fine. So I took a sip, and I just was stunned. And I got about halfway through it and then decided I was going to have to go to Untapped. And I frankly only go to Untapped for beers that I find exceptional. And I got to writing a little review, and I opened it up with, pardon me for saying, but holy shit.
If you watch any of these episodes and have seen John in action talking about hazy IPAs, you know what high praise that is.
I'm on a mission from God to rid the world of hazy IPA. But this one, I think I wrote in that review as well, I think this may be the best hazy IPA I've ever had.
Really?
It's 10.5%. It's big and it's bold.
Wow.
It's chewy, but it's not chunky. It's full-bodied without being, milkshakey or thick or it's still crisp on the finish. It's still dry. It's got just a little bit of bite to it. It's got some fabulous flavors, and it's balanced. And at 10.5%, it's balanced. This thing is ridiculous.
You're a little wound up about
This is really good beer.
We're going to have to hose you down.
No, I'm wearing pants.
Texas misled.
There's so much going on in that. Just big tropical, just monstrous big tropical notes up front, like this big passion fruit thing, and it's going to hit even more when you taste. There's a little bit of that tart passion fruit thing going on.
There's a little citrus, but it isn't that big
womp.
Womp of citrus.
Yeah, as big as this is and as bold as it is, nothing is aggressive here. And as you can see, I mean, it's definitely hazy, but it's not. It doesn't have stuff floating in it.
Oh wow!
Right?
Oh wow! See, these kinds of hazy are bad for me. It's like Curio, Allagash Curio, which is just so good and it's so bad for you. And
I get chills from that.
that's what this is. This may be even
Yeah.
more,
I mean,
more of that.
there's probably 150 calories in this little 6-ounce glass, but I don't care. I'm not going to sit down and drink 6 of these anyway. I'm going to drink this much of it. That's what I want. And that's the way this is supposed to be. You're not supposed to sit down and drink 6 of these.
This is really impressive.
Yeah. There's a little bit, like you said, there's like a orangey, tangerine kind of bite on the finish, a little acidity without being acidic. It doesn't get astringent, but there's a tiny bite of bitterness to it. It's big and silky up front, and it's just dry and clean on the finish. And it's got so much fun stuff
And it's
going on in there.
10.5%.
10.5.
Oh my
Right?
God. If you had poured a pint of this for me and hadn't told me what the ABV was on it,
Yeah.
I would have sat here and drank 3 or 4 of them.
Right? Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I might would have guessed it's a big beer, but I certainly would have never guessed blind that this was 10.5%. It drinks more like 7. It drinks lighter than a lot of the 7% hazy IPAs on the
Yeah.
market right now. And it's, like I said, it's got flavors enough and structure enough to get your attention. It's not light beer by any means, but the balance on this is so good.
And it's really an interesting flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said tropical fruit, and I'll go okay. And because it's hazy, there's a little citrus there, but boy, I wouldn't know how to describe it beyond that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the best of them, the best beers, the best wines, the best whiskeys, leave you speechless. They make you stop and think about it, try and figure out what's going on because no one thing is standing out above another thing. That's where the real magic of the balance is.
My God, that's good.
Yeah. So I want to talk a bit about the brewery before our Therm Pro overlord makes me stop.
We got a timer going right here.
So Equilibrium is in Middletown, New York, the brewery, but they actually started as a project at MIT. There was a MIT project doing, water experimentation, clean water work, and, making the most cleanest, easiest, best water that they could make. And they were like, beer's made of water.
See, those boys aren't so dumb, are they?
Right?
You put a bunch of those 4.5 guys in a room together, and they come up with some stuff.
Yeah. So this one is a collaboration between these guys and Mortalis, which is in Avon, New York, which is right outside of Rochester, and the Lupus Salictarius, which I think is probably one of the reasons why there's still some of this on the shelf, because nobody knows how to pronounce that or wants to, they look at it and they go, I don't know what that means. But it's super fun. That's Lupus Salictarius means wolf of the willows, and it is thought that it's the original hop. Lupus Salictarius is the first ever reference to hops in ancient text, and from even back to Pliny the Elder was mentioned that plant. So they wanted to make an homage to hops, and here we are.
A fine job they've done.
Yes. Send these people on our way before that thing
Anything
starts
else?
speaking.
Yeah, because if that alarm goes off. So damn lucky. See you next time. Fine choice here.
Thank you.